Mhm.
Okay. So who wants to start with a short introduction?
I can start, I guess. So my name is Erica. I am my first year in the master's counseling program, and I am in the sports psychology track.
Cool.
So I'm currently, well, I was before. Yeah, I've been working with athletes at a surrounding school in Boston for part of my practicum. And yeah, so I'm excited to talk about HEADSPACE because I have used it with some of my athletes already. So
Cool. Sarah, you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm also in the counseling master's program, also a first, and I am in the school counseling track. My primary focus is younger students, so like elementary age children, but I was doing an internship with junior high students, so I have experience with little tinies and then junior high students as well. And I've done Headspace with my little tiny guys, my little preschool ones, and I have done it for myself as well.
Cool. Oriana?
Yep, so Oriana, I'm a first year student in the master's counseling program. I'm in the child and adolescent psychology track. So I have personally used Headspace for myself, but I can see it being something that I recommend going forward in my practicum next year, which will be working with young adults, adolescents, and adults that are struggling with eating disorders.
Cool. So like a general question, did you guys meditate before starting using the Headspace app? Did you actually go to a meditation class or whatever?
I didn't meditate like specifically, but I was really into yoga, so I did like little meditations like in my yoga classes. And when I was an undergrad, one of my professors was really into meditation, so they would do like guided meditations for us before finals week and before midterms week, so we could get like more calm and like less stress. So I never did my own meditation, but I like participating in like guided meditations that other people do for me. So
I, during my undergraduate
yeah, I'm
class,
very.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, during my undergraduate, one of my classes required that we go to a meditation center that was more involving Eastern countries. So I had done that, but it wasn't a guided meditation whatsoever. It was more centered around religion. So individuals would come in and out and stay by themselves, and there was chanting and whatnot. So um, being someone that wasn't familiar with meditation and having no experience with it, I didn't really know what I was doing or how to properly meditate. So that was really my first experience with it. But other than that, I have done like deep breathing exercises and just general mindfulness exercises in different classes.
what about you, Erica?
Yeah, I was right. So I was gonna say, much like Sarah, I really enjoy guided meditation. So something that we talk about a lot in sports psychology is this idea of mindfulness and being able to be in the present moment, and how being in the present moment really allows you to unlock all of your skills and get the most out of yourself. So I would try meditating kind of on my own and just taking time to try to quiet my mind. And I found that it was much easier when I had someone guiding me through and telling me, bring your back to your breath. Your mind's going to wander. That's okay. And I found that to be far more beneficial than me just sitting down on my own and just trying not to let my mind wander.
Yeah. So when did you download the app? If any of you remembers how long ago?
I know that I downloaded it in undergraduate. I think it was maybe my sophomore, junior year. So I was an RA for a while, and we were doing a self-care day, and our supervisors recommended we download it just as a way to time for ourselves.
Awesome. Erica, do you remember?
I actually just recently.
Oh, Sarah, or anyone.
Mine's quick. I actually did not download Headspace specifically until it was offered to BU students for free. I think it was part of it was free before, but I had used other similar meditation apps, but I can definitely see Headspace as being the most user friendly and definitely the first one that I would recommend to an athlete who's just trying to start with mindfulness and meditation.
Yeah, awesome.
I was gonna say a similar thing. I didn't download it until it was offered for free for us, but I had primarily used YouTube before, and it's just like much easier to follow a guided meditation on the app than like to use YouTube for meditation.
Yeah, that's true. So, of the meditations and sleep meditations and all the things that Headspace offers, do you use any in particular? Would you recommend any meditation in particular that you always go to?
I do, actually. Something that I really enjoy, especially being in kind of a home environment and you have to just make your own routine and schedule, is after I exercise. So I'll like go out for a run kind of, and then I'll come back and I'll have class pretty close after. So I actually like doing a meditation. I like the body scan in particular. So I'll just kind of like lay down in a quiet space, go through the body scan, and you have an option for time. So depending on how I'm feeling or how much time I have, I'll either do the 5 or the 10-minute option. And I find that it really just relaxes me and helps me transition into that like work time.
Yeah,
really well. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend that.
I really like that one too.
I have been. Oh,
Go ahead, Sarah.
I have been mostly using the sleep ones, and I really like the wind down. That's just like a calming like breath and like laying down and like sleeping. I also think it's really cool that it shuts off by itself like after it's done. The first time I did it, I was really worried that I would like have to like turn it off after I was like basically almost asleep, and it just goes off all by itself. It's so smart.
Yeah.
And it also works for like kids really well. Like that's the one that I've used with my 3-year-old for her nap time, and it's like amazing how well it works. Like it just like very quickly she's like asleep, which is very cool.
Wow.
Much easier than the than the usual like running around I have to do with her when it's nap time. So
Yeah,
would
definitely.
recommend for parents as well if there are any parents who are students.
Yeah, and much like Erica was saying, I also like try to structure it into my day at around the same time. So really, when I have a break between classes, and even days when I don't have classes, really fitting it into that same schedule. With everything that's been going on right now, I've been leaning more towards the anxiety one. So just to help myself feel more centered and overwhelmed, especially this big transition from in-person classes to online classes. So that's been one I really enjoyed, but I have also used the sleep one, like Sarah was saying, but also the productivity one. So since I've had the app for a while, I like to bounce around, but I'm definitely leaning more on the anxiety one and just stress management.
Did any of you try, there's this new kind of playlist that they put up for the coronavirus time. I don't know if any of you saw it, but there's a bunch of meditations, and there's one that is like walking around the house because we're all stuck in our houses. So you just meditate while you walk around in your house. I don't know if any of you tried it, but if not, I recommend it.
Keep that in mind.
Okay, let me ask you another question. So all of you used it for a pretty long period of time, or for a few weeks at least. So what would you say are positive and negative, not negative, but things that maybe you would suggest not to use for the app? Like not trying to criticize the app, but the good things and the things that maybe you don't use or you don't find as useful.
I would just say, just generally, with something like this, if for some reason you set a goal to make 3 days out of the week, and for some reason something gets in the way and you don't get a chance to do it, I would try not to stress so much about the fact that, like, oh, I didn't get to meditate today, and just know that it's going to be there tomorrow, and just to be easy on yourself if you at first you can't make it consistent. And something that is nice about the app is you can set like little reminders that kind of pop up in the middle of the day, to kind of remind you, like, oh yeah, like maybe after this class I'll take 3 minutes to just do a quick like body scan, or like any kind of one of those stress relievers to kind of get you back in that mode. But just in general, don't let the app create more stress than you already have. That's my tip.
That's a great tip.
One part that I have not really been using is the move portion. Like, I think it's really cool. It's a good idea, I think, but I haven't really been using it just because there are like so many other like videos and things that I use that are like focused more towards like moving and like getting my body like I mostly just do like yoga, and so like there's like other yoga videos that I use or like to work out too. But I really like how like accessible the app is and how like easy it is to use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It's very easy, and like it's really nice. The aesthetic is really nice too. I really like that.
Yeah, very cute aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's very, very user friendly and accessible. And I like it's just very aesthetically pleasing with the colors that they use as well. But one thing I really appreciate is it sets very reachable goals. So if your goal is just to do it for 5 minutes a day, that's something that's very possible to do. And then also it's not one that you need to really like lie down and do. Like some people just do it on their way to work or while they're walking around, which is definitely nice if you just pop your headphones in and do it like that. Um, and the reminders that I can send can be a good reminder, but at the same time, if you're a person like I am, where you hate seeing the notifications on your phone, it can get very frustrating very quickly. But definitely a tip would be to not judge yourself if you notice your mind is wandering or if you don't remember to do it every single day, because creating a new habit is certainly difficult, but once you get into the flow of it, it's much, much easier.
Yeah, that's true. So to start wrapping up, I just wanted to ask you if you some of you brought up already that you use it with the population that you're focused on or that you plan on doing it. So I just want to know how, for example, Erica, you said that you use it with your athletes that you're working with already. I was wondering how you brought it up and if you suggested it, or how did it go?
Yeah, the great thing is pretty much everyone has a phone, especially college student athletes. They're on it all the time. So it's pretty easy to just bring up the concept of mindfulness and meditation and offer the option to, hey, there's this app, you can download it. It's very easy to use. And then I try to walk through some of the different categories with them and suggest maybe let's try starting with the basics, see how you like it. And then in our next session, we kind of talk about how the week went. And if they're like, yeah, I kind of struggled with this part, then we'll say, okay, maybe let's try a body scan, because athletes are very in tune with their body. So I found that can be really helpful as well. So just being really open and talking a lot about the concepts behind the app and what the purpose is, I find athletes are a lot more like, it's more viable for them to actually use it.
Yeah, that's good. Sarah or Oriana, you want to talk about your experiences?
Sure. So, working with kids is like a little bit different because parents are policing their phone use. So, like, if they download a new app, you have to get permission from their parents first. So I talked to my older kids, all like mostly have like free range of their phones. My like sixth through eighth graders. But I did send out like an email to the parents to be like, hey, like there's this cool app, like I want to like try using it in one of our sessions, like would that be cool? Like, do you like, here's like a general like gist of what it is. Meditation is very helpful, like it's very widely used now, it's extremely popular, blah 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 blah. Here's all the benefits, here's all, I can't think of any cons, but yeah, here's all the benefits of it, here's why you should use it with your, why I want to use it with your students, here's like why you can use it at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's the only like real difference, is that you kind of have to like sell it to parents as well as students. But like once you get going with it, I think it's great. A lot of students really like it. My like small kids really like it, which is surprising. But yeah, and I think it's nice that you don't. There's like a couple ones that you have to like look at it to breathe and be like, but like the ones that you don't have to look at are like really nice for the smaller kids because you want to like limit their screen time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's nice that it can still operate with like turning the screen off and like flipping it over, as opposed to like other apps where you have to be like open and like available to like be in, talking to you.
Mm-hmm. They don't have a kids section on the app, do they? Or I didn't.
They do not. It's just like fairly accessible to children as well. Like there's nothing that I wouldn't use for kids besides like the really long ones. So I've just been using like the really short, like the 3-minute ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's nice that there's like tiny amounts that you can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't use anything longer than 3 minutes for kids because they have such a small attention span. Well, when they're like younger than like 7 probably. But,
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't start my practicum until the fall, but I know with working with individuals that do have eating disorders where it is that compulsive behavior or overwhelming emotions, a lot of research indicates that mindfulness can be very, very helpful to really get in touch with what your body needs, but also to work through those very impulsive feelings or emotional dysregulation. So that's something that I would definitely be interested in exploring when working with clients and serving this population. But like I said, I haven't started my practicum yet, but it is definitely something that I would be really interested in employing. And I think that the benefits of it are so wonderful, and there are really no major downsides to meditation and just practicing mindfulness. So it's just generally with any therapeutic practice, I feel like it would be so beneficial and can work wonders for a lot of people.
Yeah, so I think the general consensus is that everyone should download it if they haven't. It's free for all students. It's pretty easy. I did it a few months ago, just like you did when we started being BU students, and it was pretty easy. You just put your email, done. So everyone should do it. Even staff has it for free too. And right now, for the coronavirus and all that, it's free for everyone. So there's like no excuse right now.
Huh.
Yeah. So if you want to recommend it to any family members, you should, because it's free for, I don't know if it's for like 1 month or 2 months. So
Awesome.
thank you guys. It was really nice talking to you.
Of course.
Headspace.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll see you in class.
Bye.
All right, bye.